Teams are 10-7. It's pups in the park day. You'll hear some barking on ball strike calls today. Matt Adams getting it done for St. Louis so far. 9th in the league at .355. He's on a 4-game hitting streak with 7 hits. He's a big presence in their lineup, and he was left in the on-deck circle at the end of the ball game last night when the Nats turned the double play to take care of that 3-1 win behind Gio and the bullpen. Jordan Zimmermann needs all of his weapons against this club today.
Yeah, fastball this year for Jordan averaging 93 miles an hour. The slider he throws 27% of the time. The curveball 8, so there's the off speed. And the changeup he hasn't featured very much. But he made the adjustments from last time, or 2 starts ago, where he had his shortest outing of his career. And last start on the 14th at Miami gave him just 2 runs on 6 hits in 7 innings. Struck out 7, walked 1 through 93 pitches. And had some run support in a 9-2 win.
Hopefully some more of that today against a tough customer in Lance Lynn. More on him a half inning from now. Matt Carpenter steps in. And we no longer have 2 third basemen leading off. Anthony Rendon's down in the Nats lineup with Denard Span back. And that's right in there at 93. We're underway at 106. Carpenter in this series, couple of walks and 2 hits. Zimmermann pounding him inside, and Matt Carpenter looked back at Adam Hamari, the young home plate umpire, didn't like the call. Fastball riding high. So it is Adam Hamari, junior member of the umpiring crew, behind the plate. Crew chief was over there at second base, Bill Miller. Greg Gibson first, Vic Carapazza at third. Zimmermann with a nasty curveball strikes out Matt Carpenter to start the game.
Well, that's a good sign. Usually it takes Jordan a little while to get a feel for that curveball. When you think of a left-hander, you think of him dropping that slider on the back knee, but he goes curveball here to Matt Carpenter, and it's a good one. So fastball 94. Carpenter having to respect that, way out in front of a nice curveball for the first out of this ball game.
Next up, John Jay, a hitter Jordan's had trouble with over the years. Speedy outfielder, 2 hits in this series. He's career 5 out of 11 against the Nats right-hander. Goes to the left side. Rendon gobbles it up. 2 quick outs.
Check out the defense today for the Nats behind Jordan. Harper, Spanworth, your outfield. Desmond Rendon, Espinoza LaRoche, and Sandy Leon getting the nod. And isn't it nice to see Denard Span back? We missed the Spanning out there in center field.
Checking the sun. And good to see Ryan Zimmermann hanging with the boys, taking care of his rehab. He'll keep his legs and his core strong during this time when he can't use that right hand much. And the hitter's Matt Holliday. He's hit a career home run against Jordan Zimmermann, 3 for 10. You might have noticed Yadier Molina not in the lineup today. Last time out, and it is a day game after a night game, but last time out, Lance Lynn had one of the best starts of his career, and he was throwing to Tony Cruz, who's catching for St. Louis today. It's Zimmermann and Leon for the Nats, and Jordan takes a little bit off, and that's a great pitch to even the count.
You see everything inside, trying to crowd Holliday, and he's got a good feel for that curveball early.
Got him down in the dirt. Strikeout, routine ground ball, strikeout. They're still coming down half street. We're going to have a big crowd in the house today.
Tardy.
Saturday afternoon. And hopefully the Nats will give him something to get out of his seat for. With the offense today, great to see Denard back in there. So his career against right-handed pitchers, he's over 280. A lot of extra base hits, including 33 triples. And Denard wasn't that hot when he got the concussion last week, but his hits were very timely. When he got hurt, he had just put the Nats ahead with a base hit. And here's the arsenal of Lance Lynn to face the Nats today.
Yeah, four-seam fastball, really good sinker, above average. And that average is 92 miles an hour. Slider, curveball, change to go with it. And last time out, like Carp said, he was good. 7 shutout innings, just 3 hits allowed against the Brewers in a 4-0 win. Struck out 11.
Yeah. So he's gone 5, 6, and 7 in his 3 starts. He misses Despan. Denard's never faced Lance Lynn before. Lynn career 37 and 18, his 68th career start. Right up the middle. That's going to hit the bag and be fielded by Colton Wong, who couldn't do anything with it. And welcome back Denard Span.
Well, that's a good way to start when you've missed a week. So Denard Span right off the concussion list into the batter's box. Ground ball back up the middle, 1 for 1, and there goes the no-hitter. First hitter of the game, and we like to see that.
Bryce Harper is next. So here's Lynn. And by the way, he was a senior at Brownsburg, Indiana High School when some young punk by the name of Storen showed up at that school and added to what was already a very good pitching staff. They were high school teammates, and Span had a really big lead there. He had to dive to get back. How good was Drew Storen last night?
Well, how good was Matt Williams last night? Nice. We talk about everything else in the game, but I feel like he outmanaged Mike Matheny. You know, bringing in Drew Storen to face the big right-handers. He wanted the 2-seam fastball against Holliday and Craig. Tyler Clippard threw a lot of pitches, but maybe his straight fastball didn't play as good as that sinker, so Matt Williams went to get Drew Storen in the middle of the inning. And then Mike Matheny had Matt Adams in the on-deck circle last night, down by 2, and never got to use his big gun.
Double play ball took care of that. And a 1-0 to Harper, who sits safely in 9 of his last 10 games. That's a little bit outside. Easy take for Bryce. One for 8 in the series. And that was a solid single to right field right after the 3rd inning Rendon home run last night. Breeze blowing in from left field. Span back in safely again. We'll see how big the ballpark plays today.
I mean, it's always close when Denard's leading off, isn't it? Seems like if they had a stat for leading the league of barely getting back.
BGBs?
Yeah, barely getting back. He leads the league.
Harper off to the left side. Denard did swipe a base in his 2 games at Hagerstown. You know, and those kind of numbers don't mean a whole lot. But hey, when a guy gets a couple of hits, drives in 2 runs, walks 3 times, scores 3 runs, he's ready. Call him back. And they did. Two-1. Harper takes a fastball that misses.
Well, at times Lance Lynn can get a little rotational with his upper body, to where we saw that with a lot of pitchers where they just kind of spin out of there. Tanner Roark was doing that 2 starts ago. If he stays on plane and is downhill with his delivery, that's when he's tough, and that's when the sinker is great.
Harper, he taps one out near the bag, and the Cardinals will be able to turn a 6-3 double play. Johnny Peralta taking care of that.
So the defense for the Cardinals behind Lance Lynn: Holliday, Jay Craig, the outfield; Peralta, Carpenter, left side of the infield; Wong, Adams, right side; and Tony Cruz behind the plate. Good example right there of Lynn's 2-seam fastball. I mean, the bottom drops out of it when he's right. And right there, Bryce Harper saw a strike. Some late sink, got the ground ball.
That'll bring in Jason Worth. Looking for his first base hit in this series. He's 1 for 4 career against Lynn, who against the Nats makes his 2nd career start. Nationals knocked him around a couple of times in relief. So in 3 games, 1 start, he's 1-1 against Washington with a 9.82 ERA. Got the call. 0-2.
Watching video of Lance Lynn before the game, he likes to touch the back of his pants before every pitch. It's kind of his routine. Kind of wipe his hand off on the back of his pants, then go into the glove. Only out of the windup, though, but he does it every single pitch.
"26 years of age, big fella, 6'5", 240. He was out of Brownsburg, Indiana, then pitched at Ole Miss in the SEC. And Worth all locked up on a pitch diving down and in. So the Nats not able to do anything with the leadoff Denard Span, base hit. Dan Coco with more on our returning leadoff man and center fielder.
Bob, Denard Span acknowledges now that 3 years ago when he suffered a concussion while with the Twins, neither he nor the team really handled it that well. He tried to come back probably a little sooner than he should have, and it ended up becoming kind of a lingering problem. He needed to go back on the disabled list again, and it was something that really bothered him that year and was a serious issue. This time, he said after he suffered that concussion in Atlanta, he could have probably played a day or two afterwards, but the Nats took the conservative approach, put him on the 7-day DL, and he played 2 rehab games the last 2 days, and now feels that this is completely behind him and hopefully won't be something that will pop up again in the future.
We all hope that. Thank you, sir.
But having a lot of concussions myself back in the day before, they really started talking about him, Cart, even his dive back to first for Denard in the first inning, you could jostle your head a little bit just diving back into first base, and it takes a while when you've had a number of them and you have that post-concussion syndrome thing going on. So it's not always banging your head. It's jostling the brain inside the skull. And so even though he dove back right there, I was keeping an eye on him just to make sure that all was well.
Well, Jordan Zimmermann off to a great start. Got Matt Adams quickly. Now he faces Alan Craig. Craig's on a 7-game hitting streak. 3 hits in this series. Boy, and the best news today, strike 1 to almost every hitter here. Craig 1 for 5 career against the Nats right-hander. Up and in. Outfield around to the right. We saw last night Alan Craig can drive the ball the other way. Hit one almost into the Nats bullpen. Nissan will track that fastball.
Oh, hit the spot. But it must have been a little bit in. But that's happened to Nats starters a lot this year on the inner half of the plate to where the catchers are setting up so far in they're not getting the call.
That's 3-1 low. Jordan Zimmermann 117th career start. His career record was under 500 for quite a while. He took care of that last year with those 19 wins. 44-35. And a 3-1 pitch. Craig a little late. St. Louis, like the Nats, 10-7. They are 6-5 on the road. The Nationals 5-3 at home. Threw him a curveball on 3-2 and missed. First base runner for St. Louis. Braves are playing again tonight at the Mets. So the Nats in a good spot right now. Don't have to see Atlanta again till June. Angels coming in Monday. In that game tonight, Irvin Santana and Bartolo Colon. Santana 1-0 for Atlanta. Colon 1-2 for the Mets. And a first pitch foul by the aggressive Johnny Peralta.
Every time we see Matt Williams on the bench, he just looks like he could still play. Like grab a glove, go out there, get to third base and pick it. In great shape. Probably hit third, gets you a few knocks.
Well inside. I'd have him hitting around 250. 20 homers, 75 RBIs. Not bad for a guy who's 48.
Boy, if he could do that, he'd still be playing. I'm sure he'd tell you that he couldn't right now, but he looks like it.
Big curveball. That's about the old story with Ted Williams. Somebody said, if you were facing today's pitchers, how would you hit? He said, I hit 250. I don't know, maybe 20 home runs. The guy said, that's it. He goes, I'm 75 years old. 1-2 to Peralta. Nationals used the double play ball last night to help win that game. Ground ball, third side. Rendon pulls Espinosa off the bag. And that'll be Anthony Rendon's first error of the year. Peralta better than average runner. And the Nats had a double play possibility lost right there.
Well, good feed. It is a double play. I mean, Peralta not the fastest guy, and he got jammed, so he got out of the box late. Anytime you get jammed as a hitter, it takes a second to get out of the box. So Rendon throws it wide of Espinosa, and you know, earlier today the Nats their infield was out there taking ground balls, and Anthony Rendon practiced that feed about 20 times. Desmond took grounders, Espinosa took grounders.
Now here's a tapper to the right side by Colton Wong. He can fly, so get the guy, face the catcher. Second and third, 2 outs, and things are happening quickly here.
Or face Lance Lynn. We'll see what Matt Williams decides to do right here.
Yeah, Tony Cruz has only had 5 at bats, but he's had 2 hits.
It's kind of the first opportunity we've seen in Matt Williams' style with the pitcher on deck, 2 outs and first base open.
Well, for now, Leon on his knees, getting into his crouch. And some managers will let this thing go for a pitch or two and see how the count is. But you're always rolling the dice a bit when you do that. Cruz 0 for 1 in the series, came in and played a few innings last night.
Well, I've said this a million times, but Dusty Baker's thought was if you get this out, then you have a 2-out third inning, meaning the pitcher's leading off, and you count that as an automatic out. And then Felipe Alu's theory was make the guy that doesn't get paid to drive in runs try to drive in the runs, meaning the pitcher that hits every 5 days.
And that's the price you pay. They're going to send both runners. Worth's throw is way up the line, and the Cardinals lead 2-0. The error hurts, and then the number 8 man makes it hurt even more.
Well, you see the swing right here. I mean, this is vintage St. Louis Cardinals swing with runners in scoring position. Just getting inside of the baseball, not trying to do too much, throwing it to right field. And Jason Worth throw up the line, and just like that, 2-0 Cardinals, and the Nats once again have to play from behind.
The Nats this year have now given up 13 unearned runs. Lance Lynn 0 for 6 this year, 061 career hitter. This has not been a good defensive series for either team. The Nationals have now made 4 errors. St. Louis made 3 yesterday. Two balls, 2 strikes. And Lynn will hit one down the right field line. That's a fair ball. Worth can't get it, and another run will score. 3-0 St. Louis. The bottom of the order making it hurt. And for Lance Lynn, his 4th career RBI.
Yeah, a couple things happening right there to Jason Worth. He's playing shallow because the pitcher is hitting. And then Lynn got inside of that baseball and it had inside-out rotation, so when he hit it, kicked toward the line. And Jason Worth couldn't create an angle to this baseball. And it gets by him. Watch the inside-out rotation, kicks toward the line, gets under Worth's glove, and Tony Cruz, the catcher, scores all the way from first base with 2 outs.
A 1-out walk, followed by an error, deadly here in the 2nd. Top of the order, Matt Carpenter. High strike. And a liner. Desmond on a short hop picking it up. And that's the end of the top of the 2nd. Tough inning defensively and for Jordan Zimmerman. St. Louis by 3. Lance Lynn, 3-run lead to work with. He'll face LaRoche, Rendon, and Desmond, bottom of the 2nd. Adam in the series, 2 hits and a walk. And against Lynn, career 1 for 3 with a walk.
A little slider right there at 88 will feature from time to time, more like a cut fastball, so a lot like Walker last night. He'll cut it, he'll sink it, he'll 4-seam it in the mid-90s with 2 strikes.
And Adam was pumping on a 2-0 fastball there. He has benefited from great run support since the start of 2 seasons ago. 6.19 his teammates give him to work with.
Well, he just gave himself one too.
Yeah. Jeep takes us inside some unusual numbers, and LaRoche can't reach that one up and away. Lynn this year's 3-0 with an ERA of 4. Derek Lilliquist to the left of Mike Matheny, the St. Louis pitching coach. Lynn's given up 20 hits in 19 innings this year, 8 runs. Little bit outside. 3-2.
He tried to backdoor the slider right there and just missed. Didn't really come back all the way. Good frame by Cruz. Didn't get the call.
On the Mercedes-Benz pitch track. Big shift on. Payoff pitch to the leadoff man. And LaRoche will hit it pretty well out to center, but it's right at John Jay. Anthony Rendon may have to jumpstart the offense like he did last night.
First pitch curveball, Michael Wacha all over it. Looked like he sat on it. Really no stride right there. Foot down early. And he's got such quick hands. And that got the Nats on the board last night with their first run. Ian Desmond, helmet taker offer guy. That's his job. It's in his contract. He's got incentives. If he takes off more than 100 helmets this year, he gets a bonus.
He's taken off 17 this year.
Yeah.
Because the team's hit 20 and somebody has taken his off 3 times. 1-0 to Rendon, 1 for 8 with that homer in the series. Anthony is 5th in the league now with extra base hits, 10 of them. He's also in the top 6 in runs batted in. Counts even, 1-1. So the RBIs, total bases as well. Top 13 in hits. You can tell they respect him, these ball clubs. Every outfielder is absolutely straight away against Rendon, who does a great job of using the entire field. Holiday, Jay, Craig, left, center, and right. All pretty much straight away. And you'd have to say Alan Craig is even shaded a little bit toward the right field line.
All right, prettiest playing surfaces in all of baseball. John Turnauer, head grounds crew, does as good a job as anybody. This place always looks immaculate.
1-2, and Lynn fails to paint. Tried to do that to LaRoche, went to 3-2, got him, and now 2-2 on Anthony Rendon. Hitting .313. And that's up the middle, and the pitcher on his glove side, able to look down and grab it. 2 down.
When the Nats win, everybody wins. All season long, when the Nats win and score 7 or more runs, you get 50% off regular menu prices at papajohns.com by entering promo code NATS50. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, official pizza of your Washington Nationals.
Two outs for Ian Desmond. There's a clean hit to left. Ian Desmond coming alive a bit. 3 for 8 now in this series with that 2-out single. And he's 3 for 5 career against Lance Lynn.
Yeah, first pitch just hooking into the hole. Kind of a cement mixer right there from Lynn. You see the dot on the slider. Ian Desmond catching it out front. And the base knock in the 5.5 hole. And Ian Desmond yet to have a stolen base yet this year. Remember in spring training, he and Denard Span had a little side bet of who could steal the most bases this year. So Desmond, back-to-back 2020 seasons, 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases, has yet to check in the stolen base department. And now seems as good a time as any.
And worthy to repeat that Yadier Molina is not behind the plate today. It's Tony Cruz, who's already knocked in 2 runs for St. Louis. Danny Espinosa, the hitter. And he's had some good looks at Lance Lynn. 2 for 3 career. One of those a home run. Goes the other way. Deep short. Backhand. Long throw. Well played by Johnny Peralta. Nats have 2 hits. They've stranded 1 runner. And through 2 here in game 3 of the series. St. Louis, some defense there. 3-0. Whatever.
I don't know how much that dog paid for that seat, but you just missed it. He was trying to drink the beer he has in his left hand.
What happens to people when they come to the ballpark? So, in the first 2 innings this year in 18 ball games, the Nats are a -27 in runs. Starters have something to do with that. Defense has something to do with that.
In innings 3+, they've given up 39 runs total.
Man, that is crazy.
Look out.
Screamer into the seats off the bat of John Jay, right over the St. Louis dugout. Aren't many empty seats to hit with a foul ball today.
No, great crowd.
That one's going to drop in right center. Don't relax with John Jay running the bases. Span knows it, gets to the ball quickly. And the Cardinals have their 3rd base hit. Jay is now 6 for 13 career against Jordan Zimmerman, who's become hittable. 3 of the last 5 batters hitting safely. Actually, 3 of the last 4 now.
Well, Jordan's had trouble historically against the Cardinals.
Yeah, 6 starts.
Trying to right the ship here today.
0-3 in 6 starts with an 8.27 ERA. All of today's runs unearned. But a walk to Peralta, or rather Craig, in front of the error ground ball by Peralta. Set up that 2nd inning in a bad way. They're going up Hatkins 2nd time around. Matt Holliday early in the count. He didn't want to get to 2 strikes after Zimmerman carved him up with a breaking ball first time.
60-40 split. That's about what Jordan features every outing. LaRoche going to go talk to his right-hander. And they're both going to talk into their gloves. If somebody's smart out there, they'll make a glove-shaped cell phone for baseball fans, so you can talk into your glove too.
Well, it's got to be a little thicker than the ones we're using right now. I can't wait to see it. Some inventors going crazy on a sketch pad right now. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's close. A little lower on the throw, and Zimmerman would have had John Jay.
And maybe that's what that discussion was about. A little lean right there by John Jay, telling everybody in the Nats dugout he was going. Just got back.
Jay 1 for 2 stealing this year. Zimmerman froze him with a long look there. Last year, Jay stole 10 bases in 15 attempts, 19 2 years ago. Cardinals were last in the league in stolen bases last year. This season, they're 7 out of 9. And as a note, the Nats have stolen the fewest bases in all of baseball, along with the Tampa Bay Rays. 4 steals in 17 games. 1-2 pitch. Runner holds. Fastball in.
And if you're John Jay right now, first 2-2 count's a good count to go on based on what you just saw Jordan Zimmerman throw there, a fastball. And you get into rhythms and patterns, and you want to go on an off-speed pitch, and this is generally an off-speed count. And the curveball's been good for Jordan with 2 strikes today.
Runner holding. Double play ball. Desmond Espinosa, 6-4-3. Adam LaRoche had to really stretch to pull in a wide throw. And the Nats turn their second double play in the last 2 games, and their 3rd in this series.
Yeah, hard hit ball to Ian Desmond, stays down nicely for him. Espinosa with the turn and LaRoche with the stretch. A nice job by Jordan Zimmerman coaxing the ground ball, and you see Danny Espinosa with John Jay right on top of him, getting rid of that quick.
Yeah, if Jay would have been running with the pitcher, wouldn't have been a double play. So the bases are empty, 2 outs for big, strong Matt Adams, who flied out to Bryce Harper first time.
And it was a curveball. I mean, 2-2 count, usually an off-speed pitch. You're not going to double up on fastballs to Matt Holliday, I don't think, with 2 strikes.
Great pitch right there. Backdoor breaking ball, caught the corner. Good pitch against a guy like Adams, who is usually in pull mode. His power may lead to right and right center. Espinosa way out there. Long throw. Guns him out from about 30 feet into right center field.
I mean, that's an outfield assist right there for Danny Espinosa. What range and what an arm. Aids and the defenses that the Nats were going to feature this year. Look how deep Danny Espinosa is playing. And he can play that deep because of his arm strength. And look at that throw to Adam LaRoche. I mean, short right center field, stand up right over the top and show the hose off Danny Espinosa. I mean, that is a long throw. I mean, that's longer than third. That's maybe like going into the hole at shortstop right there. And watching Espinosa take ground balls at short in spring training and go into the hole, it's fun to watch. He's got a cannon.
Bottom of the 3rd, Sandy Leon, Jordan Zimmerman, Denard Span. 25th pitch, 18th strike, a good ratio for Lance Lynn. He's had good command when he's missed away, not by much. Would love to see Leon get aboard here. Gives Zimmerman an outstanding bunter. A chance to move a runner. And that's well inside, 2-1. Cardinals have Colton Wong about 10 feet onto the outfield grass in a rank pull position. Peralta shading up the middle at short. And Leon takes ball 3. That's not what Lance Lynn wanted to do. With a 3-run lead, the Nats have their 3rd runner. Jordan Zimmerman has one sacrifice bunt this year, 29 in his career, and he's the best bunter on the staff.
Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite. I see red people.
Close to 40,000 of them. Zimmerman this year, 2 hits in 4 at-bats. On the grass at third, Matt Carpenter. That's bunted in the air, and that will not work. 1 out. Top of the order now, Span and Harper.
And Jordan usually lights out on the sacrifice bunt. Obviously, Alford had a pitch too high. You talk to Cardinal people, Lance Lynn will have that one inning where if something goes wrong, it affects him. Maybe cruising along, 2 outs, nobody on, and somebody gets aboard versus via an error or a walk, and he can unravel in a hurry. But the sinkers today has been great.
Missing away. Nats just need to string some hits together. Yeah, they won the game last night. That was great. Get off the schneid against these guys. But it's been a year and a half in regular season games since the Nationals scored more than 4 runs in any game against St. Louis. That's a handcuffing fastball for a strike right there. 4 runs or less in their last 8 games against the Cards.
Well, a lot of teams could say that. They got a good staff.
Shelby Miller, another hard thrower tomorrow. Their starting rotation, all right-handers. Steven Strasburg faces Miller tomorrow at 1:35, game 4 of this series. On Masson, Johnny and Ray, 1 o'clock tomorrow from the ballpark. Span base it up the middle first time. A stay alive swing keeps him in there.
You know, Lynn does a nice job of moving the fastball around. I wouldn't be surprised if after that fastball away, he comes right back in with that 2-seamer and tries to run it back. Yeah, he shook off the curveball to a fastball in. Here it is.
And then he misses his spot, and Denard can't reach it. 2 outs. His second strikeout.
Bryce Harper versus Mike Trout, and there's going to be nobody else on the field, just those 2. April 21st through the 23rd at Nats Park. Purchase your game tickets by calling 202-675-NATS or visit nationals.com/tickets. 24 players. The other guys have that series off. It's Bryce against Mike Trout.
Could be a high-scoring affair. Range severely tested in that one. And Harper will pop it up to the right side. Wong out, Craig in, and that's it for the Nats in the bottom of the 3rd. They've had their leadoff man on twice today. Middle innings upon us. Cardinals 3, Nationals nothing. Great crowd, great day. Jordan Zimmerman has to keep this 3-0 and try to get the Nats going with the bats. He'll face Adams, Craig, and Peralta by top of the 4th upon us, and Jordan's thrown 44 pitches, 30 strikes. Inside the numbers with Jeep. What the Nats starters give up in the wins, 305, but the losses, look at the disparity. Over 5 runs a game. And fortunately, the ball clubs come from behind 5 times to win.
Small sample size, those numbers will change.
They better. And they will. Alan Craig walked with 1 out in the second inning. And a fastball just inside 1-1.
They're not getting that inside pitch. Neither pitcher really is. Adam Hamari doesn't like that side of the plate, and it's weird because he's standing right over it.
Yeah, left shoulder of the catcher. And that one cutting outside, 2-1. And that side not available either. Nissan will track it.
Little cut to that fastball. 2-1 pitch from Jordan Zimmerman. A fastball away and just off the plate. Yeah, I don't know what the incentive is to go back in if you're not going to get that call. Those pitches a little off the plate in Adam Hamari's defense, but you know, that's the book on Craig. We talked about it last night. He and Matt Holliday got to crowd him with the fastball close to him.
Alan Craig walks for the second time. For the achiever in you, PNC Bank. And we'll check in on a gentleman familiar to all of us, Jonathan Solano, and against Rochester for the Syracuse Ball Club. 1 for 3. He's always been a good stick. On base percentage way up there. 10 for 30 for Jonathan. The 28-year-old catcher from Columbia, who hit $146 for the Nats in 24 games last year.
He spells his first name just like Johnny Peralta, J-H. Jahani.
How about a DeHubble play right here? That's a fastball on the inside corner, 0-2.
There it is, J-H-O-N-N-Y. Parents a little bit of a rush with the J. Good sinker right there. Two-seam fastball, 94 in. And watch the two-seam. Gets inside of it, and watch the run right on the inner half of the plate. Even if you're looking in there as a right-handed hitter, tough to keep that one fair.
Yeah, kind of pitch that'll get you a ground ball to your third baseman. It happened last time. And that's a swing and a foul tip on a breaking ball. As Peralta got a piece of it. And for catchers, it's either in your mitt or out. No control over those. And the count stays 0-2. Only game in progress in the National League right now. Reds and Cubs at 2:20. Everything else tonight. Jordan's been all over the corners here. And as he doubled up on the breaking ball, Peralta lays off, ball 1.
And Jordan, the adjustment he made, we talked about it earlier, from 2 starts ago, is to just ride that back leg. As a pitcher, just like a hitter, if you jump out there too soon and your head's moving toward the batter, you lose your release point and you're late on your release and balls will go high. But when you ride that back leg and stay over the rubber, it's just like a hitter, keeping your head still, staying behind the baseball. And you stay behind the ball as a pitcher, you get to your release point, you get it out front, you get it down the zone.
Steve McCaddy thought that was strike 3. I think Adam Hamari's hearing from the Nats dugout right now. Borderline pitches during the Craig at bat. And now 3-2 to Peralta. It was 0-2, and he'll get the call on the inside corner. So maybe here in D.C. a little lobbying helped on that one. 1 out.
He went 3-2 slider, and look at pitch track, how Jordan Zimmerman, nothing in the middle of the plate. I mean, he's shaving off corners right now. And you see the dot on the slider right there? That's the same thing Johnny Peralta saw, but he was looking fastball, got the slider, and it locked him up.
It'll bring in speedy Colton Wong with 1 on 1 out here. He bounced out to second base for the second out, back in the second.
You see what he's featuring against lefties.
Trying to keep the runner close. Middle infielders at double play depth. Rendon has been on the grass at third. He just backed up a few steps. Can't play Wong too deep. He's really fast. Runner's going. He taps it. Zimmerman, bare hand. Good throw. And here comes that situation again where first base is open with 2 outs and the pitcher on deck.
Well, hit and run right here by Mike Matheny. Colt Wong has to swing. Runner in motion. And you don't have the luxury of taking a pitch when your manager puts on hit and run. Colt Wong just had a tough pitch right there, but he did a nice job putting the ball in play, and that's what Mike Matheny wanted. And Sandy Leon out to talk to Jordan Zimmerman about whether they're going to pitch to Tony Cruz or not. Leon looking in the dugout, and they're going to pitch to him.
And Cruz will pull it foul. And this one in the air out to right center. Cruising over is Denard Span. Nance out of the inning. St. Louis stranding at second runner. Jason Worth will lead off in the bottom of the 4th inning. Struggling a bit against St. Louis pitching in this series. Still looking for his first hit. Middle innings. Time to get the offense moving. Worth struck out by Lance Lynn first time up.
Little known fact, those glasses are sewn in, so they're probably not going to come off.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, they were originally sewn in too.
Wow. Who sews their glasses into their head?
The president. Duh.
There is so much we see at the ballpark that you cannot find in history books.
You didn't know that Teddy had his glasses sewn into his head? Just Wikipedia. It's right there.
1 ball, 1 strike.
That's why he was a Rough Rider. It's that time, folks. Tweet your photo using hashtag Massa Nationals for a chance to have it shown on our broadcast. Brought to you by AT&T. The pitchers so far have just been unbelievable.
I can't believe it. Worth sharply out to short for Johnny Peralta. And St. Louis pitching has Jason Worth 0 for 10 in this series. Adam LaRoche and Anthony Rendon, the next 2 here in the 4th. Adam hit the ball sharply to center first time.
Now, Lance Lynn's a tough at bat because the hitter, you're saying elevate him, right? He's got the good sinker. you want to get something up in the zone. If you chase down low, you're going to bury it into the ground. But then he's got that four-seam fastball to where if you do elevate it, it's hard to catch up to belt high. So you got to pick one. I mean, or maybe just stay in the zone. But right now he's got all of his pitches for strikes, and he's mixing it up nicely.
Bit of a different shift this time. Although after strike one, Matt Carpenter went more up the middle. He was over in a natural shortstop position a moment ago, and then when LaRoche got behind in the count, they must feel the possibility of him just guiding the ball to the left side goes down. And he will pull this ball in the air. Should be easy for Alan Craig. And 2 outs here in the fourth.
I mean, when you look at what the Nats have faced the last 3 games in Jose Fernandez, Adam Wainwright, and Michael Wacha last night, you win 3 of those games. That's pretty good against that type of pitcher. I mean, those are upper echelon guys in my mind in the National League. And I've said before, I think Jose Fernandez may be the best pitcher in the National League. So you beat him. Yeah, Wainwright was just one of those days. Ball club got in at 4 in the morning, and I'm sticking to that. And then last night you beat Michael Wacha. So, you know, you win 2 or 3 of those 3 pitchers. It's pretty good. You're up against it today, down 3 against another good pitcher. But you just got to hang around and see what happens.
There's Anthony Rendon, who bounced back to Lance Lynn first time. That home run last night, his only hit in this series. One batter in the lineup, actually 2. LaRoche and Desmond, who came into this game with more than 1 hit against St. Louis. Rendon will check in. That's kind of becoming a patented swing for him. And a base hit cleanly to right. And Anthony Rendon's batting average back up over 320 with that.
It's just fascinating to watch this guy here. I mean, he takes a big swing on the pitch before to the pull side, thinking I'm going to do some damage that way, and then makes the adjustment right there and a pitch down and away and hits it to right field, low line drive. Just such a good hitter. There's no real holes in his swing. I mean, where are you going to go to get that guy out? Pound him in, he'll pull the ball. Throw him away, he goes the other way. Sits on the soft sometimes. Great 2-strike hitter. Just a tough out.
Eddie and Desmond hit the ball well first time. Desmond 3 for 8 in this series.
He had a chance right here with 2 outs to make this an instant ball game. Big swing by Desmond right there. He's thinking 3-2.
Little cloud cover at the ballpark right now. Comfortable afternoon for everybody. Waiting for some offense. That's well outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Loves to hit in this park. When Ian's really on, he collects a lot of extra base hits. That's way inside, almost got his jersey. You might remember last year, for about the first 3 weeks of the season, he was right up in the league leaders in doubles, triples, a couple of homers sprinkled in. This year, Desmond, 16 hits, 5 of them extra bases, with a pair of doubles and 3 home runs.
Look out. Right in your living room.
A lot of room right side. With 2 outs, second baseman Colton Wong playing well up the middle. A lot of room left field line, deep left center. You can look at the center fielder, right fielder, and kind of figure out how the Cardinals want to pitch Ian Desmond.
And you see the room they're giving Desmond with 2 outs and a runner on first base. As an outfielder, you take a couple steps back so that the runner doesn't score from first.
Desmond went, and this inning is over. Lance Lynn shutting out the Nats on 3 base hits through 4. Beautiful day with the dome in the distance. It's a 3-0 deficit.
And all the action in this one in the second inning. It started with a fly out from Matt Adams, a 1-out walk to Alan Craig, and then a ground ball from Johnny Peralta that Anthony Rendon threw wide. Then with 2 outs in first base open, runners on second and third, Tony Cruz with the base hit scoring 2, and then Lance Lynn helping his own cause with a double down the right field corner. That scored Tony Cruz all the way from first base. And that's where we stand, 3-0 Cardinals.
Strike 1, 5th inning underway, and the hitter is Lance Lynn. Drove in his 4th career run with that double beyond the reach of Jason Worth, capping off that 3-run second inning. So according to what you said 2 nights ago, Adam Wainwright must have taught him how to go that way, huh?
And that's what they do. They practice just hitting the ball to right field. All 5 starters. Once they take care of their bunt work, they go the other way.
And a 1-2. He buzzes the knees outside half with a fastball. And Jordan Zimmerman, 4th strikeout.
Flex packs are back for 2014. Pick 4 games and get a 5th free. Choose from 5 different packs, including the bobblehead, the concert flex pack. Some restrictions apply. Visit nationals.com/flex for details. Jason Worth gnome is unbelievable, by the way.
I could see that.
Oh.
Big enough to put in your yard?
No.
With one of those big gold balls?
It's tiny, you know, bobblehead size.
Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike to Matt Carpenter. Strikeout, ground ball to short today. Busted bat and a base hit.
A nice job of pulling his hands in right there. Bat died a hero. Base hit Matt Carpenter. 0 for 2 into a 1 for 3. Good pitch by Jordan Zimmerman. Down and in. Just beats him right to the label. You see the wood flying everywhere. This will probably show it better from this angle. And a little splinter right there going down the right field line. First base line.
Next up, John Jay. He dropped one into right field last time. Whoa. An absolute screamer into the seats.
Somebody along the third baseline must have said something to John Jay, because that's his 2nd screamer he's hit over there. He's trying to take some fans out, I think.
Went third base way first time. Rendon threw him out. Then he pulled the ball a 2nd time. And Zimmerman goes changeup and stays way outside. St. Louis out hitting Washington 4-3, and on 3 unearned runs, leading 3-0. Good fastball, outer half, strike 2. Mercedes-Benz will track it.
93 on the black. Sandy Leon didn't have to move his glove.
And he buzzed him inside with a fastball.
But that was supposed to be away. He threw that pitch all the way across the other side of the plate. Leon was set up in the same spot he was for the 94 on the previous pitch. And Jordan threw that to the other side of the plate.
Heads up, heads up, heads up.
And a long pause by Zimmerman. Hitter requesting, getting time.
Well, that long pause by Jordan was so that the bench could look at Matt Carpenter leading off first base. That's a design play right there to see if he's getting antsy. You can do sometimes more with that hold than you can with an actual throw over to see if the runner's going.
And a good fastball away. No way John Jay could reach it. Strikeout number 5 and 2 down with Matt Holliday coming in.
Yeah, good sequence right there. A couple sliders on the inner half, and then he goes back outside with the fastball. And John Jay late, and you could just tell by the hips and the front shoulder of Jay where he was looking for that pitch. See him spin out of there early and then just kind of throw the hands late. He was looking inside based on the last 2 pitches.
Here's Holliday, who has struck out and hit sharply into a 6-4-3 double play. In on his hands enough, and it's tailing back to Jason Worth. And a good 5th inning for Jordan Zimmerman. St. Louis stranding its 3rd runner. Bottom of the order, straight ahead. Time to wave some rally caps.
Horses in the park.
Now those are some large canines.
I think those are miniature poodles, if I'm not mistaken.
Must be from Texas. Here's Espinosa, bottom of the 5th.
Chuck's telling me I nailed that.
They've been known to humor you. Running fastball. Inside edge to Danny Espinosa, who was robbed of a hit by Johnny Peralta. First time up.
I'm still getting tweets from people about Miami saying those weren't pink ostriches, FP. They were flamingos. And I don't even know what they're talking about.
They probably think those other things were marlins, not dolphins.
I don't even know what they're talking about.
Lance Lynn, by the way, is working on 12 consecutive shutout innings. 7 innings against the Reds last time. Well, the last inning against the Reds 2 starts ago, and then 7 innings at Milwaukee, 4 today. So the man who gets a lot of run support as a rule, pretty untouchable. We talked about his run support over the last 2+ years. In the top 4 in baseball, he's the only National League pitcher to benefit from 6+ runs a game. Espinosa launches one to the scoreboard. It is apparently out of here. Right at the top of the green strip, above the scoreboard, and the Nats are on the board with Danny Espinosa's first of the year.
Boy, just an easy swing right there. Ball carrying a little bit better today with the warmer temperature. First home run of the year for Espinosa. A line shot to right center. And he actually goes out and pulls an outside pitch. See how easy that swing is and effortless? And it just gets into what? The first row? Barely. For a home run.
Mike Matheny has not had one challenge this year. A lot of managers would have come out and wanted that one looked at. And now, with them staying in the dugout and Sandy Leon coming in, the Nationals are on the board with their 21st homer of the year. And as mentioned, Danny Espinosa's first, an absolute Rifle shot to right center.
Those miniature poodles were good for a run.
That was Danny's 48th career home run and his 151st RBI. Sandy Leon walked his first time up. So there goes the shutout streak of Lance Lynn. And Leon drives one to left, but Matt Holliday is there. First out, bottom 5. Jordan Zimmerman coming in.
In Danny Espinosa's mind, that pitch was right down the middle, but when you watch the replay again, it was actually a two-seam fastball moving away from him. And look how easy. Just smooths it out there right down the middle of the fairway for a home run. Good swing, good extension. Ian Desmond, helmet taker offer guy. What's he got, about 90 more to go? Get to 100. Is that the 17th home run?
For the ball club, yeah. 21st.
Like I said, 21st home run. 100 miles an hour on the tater.
Ian's taken off 18 helmets.
New stat.
HTO's helmets taken off.
Yeah. It's a Baseball Reference, Fangraphs.
Just what we need. And on a foul tip, strike 2. That one got Tony Cruz, and so the umpire goes for a short walk. Going to kick some dirt off home plate. He handled Lance Lynn with his last start. As we mentioned, stopped Milwaukee on 11 strikeouts. No runs, 3 hits in 7 innings on the road at Miller Park. Good cut by Jordan. A 175 career hitter with a home run, 11 RBIs. St. Louis came here from Milwaukee. They're going to New York. Nats will be home for another week after this 4-game series. Angels, Padres. Be a very spiritual week here.
Cardinals too.
Yeah. Cardinals, Angels, Padres. Somebody with a sense of humor scheduled this home. I got to talk to Katie Feeney in the commissioner's office about that one. That's pretty clever. It just dawned on us.
On Holy Week.
Tough to beat the Cardinals on Easter weekend, isn't it?
Hey fans, follow every national game with MLB.com at bat on your favorite mobile phone or tablet. Get live look-ins, instant replays, scores, stats, audio, free MLB.tv game of the day, and more. Download on the App Store or visit Nationals.com today. Right now, do it.
Showing bunt, pulling the bat back, ball 1, Denard Span. Got Carpenter on the move in from third and Adams from first. This would be a great way to get the Nats back in this game if Span can reach with 2 outs and the lumber guys coming up. That is to right field. Alan Craig will dive and make the play. He's probably played more first base than outfield in his career, and a fine diving play. Danny Espinosa. Short stride, easy swing, hard line drive, home run, and the Nats on the board. In his dreams, he would be chasing a Lexus. Our Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers donate $250 to the Children's National Medical Center every time a National hits a home run. So $5,250 on 21 home runs this year. Top of the 6th, Matt Adams, the hitter. Jordan Zimmerman's 79th pitch of the day. And that's only the 4th time today he hasn't thrown a first pitch strike. 18 of 22 batters so far. And a ball hard hit. Espinosa deep out there on the shift, couldn't reach it. Matt Adams has a 5-game hitting streak. He's still batting around .350 in the young season. That'll bring in Alan Craig and then Johnny Peralta. Cards box. Damaging walk to Craig, 1 out in the second. Rendon a throwing error, and then 2 out RBIs by Tony Cruz. He drove in 2, and Lance Lynn, the difference in this game. So Craig's been walked twice. Ball 1. Jordan's tried to pound him inside, but he just can't get any calls in there. That did appear to be off the plate. Slider hit to right. It'll back up Jason Worth just a bit. And the runner back to first with a very important first out here in the 6th inning. Find out what the next generation of news is all about. Watch WUSA 9 News with Jan Jeffcoat and Derek McGinty. That's Monday at 7 and 11 on WUSA 9. Good to have them with us today. Game on. Here's Peralta. Reached on an error and struck out looking. First pitch. High drive. Deep left. Harper into the corner. Waiting and catching the foul ball. Throw to second. Safe on a tag up by Matt Adams. Bryce Harper with a strong throw from deep in the corner.
Well, Matt Adams feeling frisky today after a base hit. Long fly ball to left field. Bryce Harper has to negotiate the wall. Slides, and right when he gets to the ground, Adams decides to tag up. Good try by Espinoza to get there. Did he get him on the jersey before his foot hit? No. Good effort by Espinoza. Good throw by Harper. And an aggressive play by Matt Adams, getting into scoring position with 2 outs.
For Colton Wong, the number 7 hitter. Yeah, that's a big guy lumbering down there to get 90 big feet for his ball club. Wong has pulled a grounder to Espinoza, hit one to the pitcher.
Every time Bryce Harper throws, he just makes the baseball field seem so small. I mean, that was a long throw from down the corner with something on it.
Bryce has a couple of assists on the year, 3rd most in the league. Strike 2 on a breaking ball. Yasiel Puig and Hunter Pence, the only outfielders in the National League with as many as 3 assists. That'll back him up on 0-2. Good pitch. Hot shot. Desmond had the runner trying to screen him. Ian, good concentration play. Leadoff single does not hurt. 2-3-4 coming up for the Nats. And he got the win because the Nats scored right after he came out of the game to break that tie. Bryce Harper off to the left. Nationals box score. Early hit by Span, 2nd inning Desmond, 4th inning Rendon, and then the big line drive by Danny Espinoza over the scoreboard, leading off the 5th. These are the guys that have to get it done right here. Harper, little tapper. He's 0 for 3 and 1 for 11 against St. Louis.
Well, last night Gio did it with fastball command. And his fastball was sitting 94, 95 at times. And like we talked about during the broadcast, effectively wild. One pitch right where it's supposed to be, the next pitch up and away. Uncomfortable at bat for any hitter against a guy like Gio Gonzalez. But when his fastball command is on, he's as tough as anybody. So Gio's numbers looking better.
3-1 with a 2.88 ERA now. League hitting .29 against him after that great effort last night. Strike one to Worth. Jason has struck out, bounced out to short.
Like nobody throwing Jason Worth anything on the inner half all season long. It's been fastballs consistently away, sliders starting on the outer half, breaking off the plate away. I mean, the only pitch I can remember that's been inside to Jason Worth was the Tom Kohler fastball that flipped him. Most teams just staying away from the big number 3 hitter.
Yeah, 2-1. Yeah, and that ball he hit off the top of the left center field wall in Miami the other night, I think he went out and got it.
Yeah.
Kind of hooked it around, hit it a mile. Home run anywhere except there. Nats did score, though, when he was driven in.
But when he's right, I mean, he can shoot you out of the ballpark the other way.
And they miss inside, 3-1.
Yeah, that was supposed to be away, too.
Yeah, Tony Cruz was set up off the corner there. Hits as good as or walks as good as a hit for the Nats right now. They just need base runners and get Lance Lynn back on the stretch.
Well, you're right, too. Hits as good as a walk.
It's only been on the stretch for about, I think, 4 hitters all day.
Jason Worth asking Adam Amari if that was a strike. Might have been a hair up, but
what will an umpire say if it wasn't a strike?
They just say no. You look back and you say, is that strike? No.
Seems like about 90% of the time they do say yes.
No.
3-2 with 1 out. They jammed him. At least they tried. And that ball is really hit hard to left. Jason Worth has the Nationals' 5th hit of the day. And finally his first of this series.
Might have chased ball 4 in the 3-1 count, but then he gets a strike 3-2. And, you know, right when we're talking about they're not throwing him inside, they throw one right down the middle that runs to the inner half. And he's ready for it. Maybe that gives you an idea why teams are working Jason Worth away. Try to come in. Quick hands, pull the arms in, get the barrel of the baseball, base hit.
Adam LaRoche has flied to center and right. Cardinals play him deep here in the 6th inning. And Lynn falls behind.
Adams had some good passes against Lance Lynn today. Just got under a few.
3 homers, 10 RBIs on the year. And Lynn staying away from him, and Cruz out for a visit. 2-0.
All right, he'll count leverage if you're LaRoche right now, looking for one pitch in one spot. And letting her rip.
Three and oh, good take by LaRoche.
It's a great take. That pitch looked like a strike for a long ways. Lance Lynn went with a 2-0 changeup, and fish ain't biting. Adam LaRoche taking this pitch, spitting all over it. And now you wonder if he gets a green light. 3-0. I would say yes, down by 2 for sure. A 3-0 changeup. Wow. And it might have been a hair down. See what LaRoche is doing right there? If you look straight down, you can say a lot to an umpire and not get penalized for it. But as soon as you turn your head and look back at them, they'll make life hard on you. And that's what veterans do. They just kind of look into the dirt and make their point without showing them up.
Great at bat by Adam LaRoche. 2 on, 1 out. With Anthony Rendon coming on. Lance Lynn, 2nd walk today. And that's the fourth walk the St. Louis pitching staff has given the Nats. There was an intentional walk the other night, but they haven't really given many free bases. So St. Louis getting its bullpen busy in a hurry. Left-hander Kevin Segrist is up and throwing. And they're about to get somebody else going too.
Boy, interesting pitch selection right there between Tony Cruz and Lance Lynn. I know they're thinking, hey, we're up by 2, don't feed him a fastball right down the middle and have a tie ball game, but it seemed to me right there they were pitching not to lose instead of to win. Very passive right there to Alan LaRoche, and now you got 2 base runners on for Rendon.
Right-hander Pat Neshek. Watch him though, he looks like Steve Cishek from Miami.
Oh, this is a guy you want up, right?
Absolutely. Rendon base hit right field last time up. Way inside, Lynn missing.
But you see how we talked about early in the game, Lance Lynn's spinning off right now. His delivery is finishing in the first base dugout, and he's lost his release point. And he'll do that from time to time, but the front side's flying open, and he's getting real rotational with the upper half all of a sudden out of nowhere. Might be getting tired after, well, just 78 pitches, but see how he's falling off, flying open. And in the ball, he's losing the release point. Can't throw a strike.
St. Louis bullpen, by the way, just to keep in mind, 4.62 ERA. If the Nats get in there, could happen soon. So this will be his longest inning of the day. 2-0 to a really good hitter, Anthony Rendon, who's driven in 13, leads the Nats in RBIs. Ball 3. 93 just below the knees.
Good take. A lot of guys are swinging at that pitch. Your all systems go 2-0. You're thinking, I'm going to drive a ball in the gap. And if you swing at that, it's a ground ball. Good take right there by Rendon.
Man, I was thinking the same thing. You hit that, it might be 6-4-3, 5-4-3. Instead, it's 3-0 with 1 out. Got that call. And as he wants a ground ball, he could triple up on that pitch. Anthony Rendon, 375 with runners at second and or third.
Yeah, looking for something up out over the plate.
'94 diving in on him.
Start the runners right here if you're Matt Williams. 3-2, 1 out.
That's why managers get paid lots of money.
Well, if you think your hitter's going to put it in play, you definitely start him. If you're worried about the strikeout, you don't.
Oh, Rendon takes a fastball and strikes out. Anthony probably not happy. The 3-1 pitch called at the knees, and the 3-0 pitch.
Where's the sequence? And Lance Lynn on the ropes right now, having trouble finding the strike zone. But when he had to make a pitch, he did. Here's a 3-0 strike, bottom of the zone, and here's the 3-2 punch out at the top of the zone.
Wow.
As a hitter, those are 2 tough places to cover. You usually get one and not both.
Yeah, that last one could have gone either way. It's up to Ian Desmond with 2 outs. First pitch, breaking ball, missing and blocked by Cruz.
Yeah, maybe that last start for Lance Lynn where he threw 114 pitches and struck out 11 Brewers is taking its toll right now after just 84 pitches.
A lot of stress.
Made a big pitch when he had to.
And Cruz throwing out to second, and just back is Worth. Pretty good pick by Colton Wong on a ball that skipped.
See, but that's not a good gamble for me. I mean, if that throw goes into center field, Tyan runs on second base. Worth goes into third. LaRoche goes to second. You know, up by 2 runs. Yeah, I mean, great throw.
Wow. Yeah, that ball didn't skip. He got it on the fly. It came in really nice and low. 2-0 pitch. Way outside to Desmond, and a home run hitter on deck.
Yeah, a walk to LaRoche, went 3-0 to Rendon. Now he's 3-0 to Ian Desmond.
Yeah, how big's that 3-2 call look on Rendon right now?
3rd straight 3-0 count for Lynn.
Threw him a slider on 3-0, and the bases are loaded.
Well, hit a home run his last time up. Danny Espinosa, first of the year to right center, and the stage is set for the Nats second baseman right here, right now.
Mike Matheny is going to make a double switch, and he's going to maybe bring in the left-hander Segrist and turn Espinosa around.
And that is okay with Danny Espinosa, a better right-handed hitter than a left-handed hitter.
Lance Lynn will be done after 5 2/3. Sort of walked his way right out of this game.
All the way back to last inning. Danny Espinosa, first home run of the year. Fastball in the outer half. Look where it is, off the plate away. That green dot, definitely not in his power zone, but he hooks it out of the ballpark for his first home run since May of last year against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And everybody in that first base dugout would love to see number 2 right now.
On the double switch, Mark Ellis will bat 9th and play second base. And the pitcher will be Kevin Segrist, a 41st round draft choice 6 years ago, who was taken 1,235th in the draft. Danny Espinosa's never faced him. Turns around for the right side, and Espinosa right-handed this year. 4 for 13 with an RBI.
Boy, he's going to get a fastball. He throws it almost 90% of the time, and it averages 95 miles an hour. Sprinkle in an occasional curveball, but that's it. Got a changeup, but doesn't use it very often.
Way inside, ball 1. Talked about how many of his hits, extra base hits, 7 out of 12. They play him the other way. In the outfield. Infield straight up against the right-handed hitter. And Segrist falls behind 2-0.
Hasn't been calling that side of the plate all day. The fastball in to right-handers has not been a strike, and give Adam Amari credit. He's been consistent, and that's all hitters ask for.
Worth singled with 1 out.
Maybe
then LaRoche walked after Rendon struck out. Desmond walked.
Maybe minus that 3rd strike to Rendon.
Huge pitch here. And Espinosa pops it up to center field. Fighting the glare, Jay. St. Louis out of the inning. The strikeout call to Rendon turns out to be huge, and the Nats strand 3. Well, a huge out for Kevin Segrist, the St. Louis left-hander, to get on Danny Espinosa. And we hope this isn't bad news. Certainly never bad news to get Kevin Franzen into a ball game. But Bryce Harper has been replaced in left field. Jordan Zimmerman, 87 pitches, 59 strikes. Due to bat second, bottom of the 7th, so this will be it for him. He'll take on Cruz, and then Mark Ellis, who came in on the double switch. Top of the order, Matt Carpenter after that. Cruz 1 for 2 with that damaging 2-run single back in the 2nd.
Yeah, we didn't see anything right here except for Bryce Harper go to a knee on this catch in the corner. Remember, he's got that tight quad working. I don't know if that slippage right there irritated or not, but Bryce Harper taking the rest of the day off.
Not in the clubhouse getting any treatment. And a little tapper foul, third baseline, no balls, 2 strikes. Another good battle for Jordan Zimmerman today. A lot of adversity back in that second inning with the walk he gave up and then the error. And he has held St. Louis at bay on 3 singles since.
Well, you go back to that second inning, a fly out to Matt Adams. You know, he did walk Alan Craig. But I think if Anthony Rendon gives Espinosa a good feed, that's a 5-4-3 double play. And I mean, he's pitched well enough right now to have given up 0 runs.
And Zimmerman overpowers Tony Cruz. Strikeout number 6.
Yeah, just going right after him right here with the 2-seam fastball under his hands at 92. So Cruz got the single the other way his first time up, and what do you do as a pitcher? Try the other side of the plate. Even though that pitch was into Cruz, that he inside outed to right. Good pitch right there under his hands.
36-year-old Mark Ellis. There's Xavier Cedeno. Just called up yesterday when the Nats sent Blake Trinan back to Syracuse to become a starting pitcher again. Sneaking suspicion may not be that long before we see Blake again.
Well, Mike Rizzo wants him down in AAA so that he has a starter down there should he need him. And he needs to keep him stretched out at 100 pitches. So I think that got him.
Mark Ellis hit by that fastball that was tracking him off the plate.
So that should he need a starter, he can go down there and get Trinan at any time. But Blake did a nice job in his first go-around as a major leaguer. Kind of got away from Jordan right there. And
yeah, kind of hard to believe that ball came backwards toward the mound to hit him. I mean, it looked like it was by his body with no contact. And then Adam Hamari called it hit by a pitch.
That is reviewable, by the way.
Not now. Strike 1 to Matt Carpenter, who singled to right field last time up, and he's 3 for 11 with 2 walks in this 3-game set so far, with game 4 tomorrow. Strasburg and Shelby Miller.
And one advantage Matt Williams has down the dugout, usually when a guy gets hit, even if it's on his uniform, it makes a sound. So it probably heard it. 2 sounds: ball hitting Ellis, ball hitting the glove. Something that we can't hear up here. Sometimes we can when we're playing in intimate settings like Florida.
.78 and right in there 0-2.
Yeah, curveball right here has been good from Jordan all day long. I mean, he started out the game striking out Matt Carpenter with a curveball, and he's had a good feel for that pitch. He's only thrown 7% of the time this year, but thrown a lot more today.
And the 0-2 with 1 out. Right to LaRoche. To Desmond. And back. Safe. Good pick by Adam LaRoche on the back end of that.
Matt Williams going to come out. See how slow he's going? This is all to give Eric Dalton in the clubhouse the chance to watch the replay, relay it to Randy Knorr on the top step, and then see if they're going to review it.
He just did what they're now calling turning the umpire.
Yeah.
But now Matt's going to walk away.
Safe. Still has his challenge. Just went for a stroll. Talked to the umpire. Asked him where he's going to go to dinner.
And here's John Jay. 1 for 3 today. In his career, bit of a thorn in Jordan's side. 6 for 14. Big out to get, and he doesn't by the glove of Desmond. And now he'll have to face Matt Holliday with 2 men aboard.
Well, this may be Jordan's last hitter of the day. Matt Adams on deck.
Left-hander ready.
Left-hander ready in the bullpen.
Xavier Cedeno probably came up last year without being used more than any other pitcher in the National League. And Matt Williams has him hot and ready if Adams would bat here in the 7th. Holliday's 0 for 3 today. He's hit the ball sharply once on a 6-4-3 double play. And Jordan moves a breaking ball from one side of the plate to the other for strike 1.
Yeah, Holliday looking first pitch fastball. Jordan Zimmerman out thinking him right here with a good curveball in the outer half.
Off the table, as they say, with that one. Holliday base hit to left. Franzen up with it. Strong throw home. Late. Runner going to third. A chance. He should be out. And is. But St. Louis leads 4-1.
A pretty good throw by Franzen right there. Just a hair late. And with Matt Adams coming up, I mean, they had a chance to do the knockout blow right here. So that out at third base could loom large as this game moves on.
Matt Holliday puts St. Louis up by 3. Sandy Leon, bottom of the 7th. Strike 1 from the left-hander, Kevin Segrist, who got the biggest out of the game, flying out Danny Espinosa with the bases loaded last inning. Tyler Moore on deck to hit for Jordan Zimmerman, who will give up 1 earned run today. And a 1-1 to Leon. Outfield to the right, infield straight up. Sandy takes it at the knees. Strike 2. Ross Detweiler for the 8th, with Adams leading off. Then 2 righties, Craig and Peralta. And Leon will foul it off to the right side. Kevin Segrist, 9th appearance of the year now. 6 innings, 3 runs, 3 hits. Leon gone. 1 out in the 7th.
April 21st is Dollar Monday right here at the ballpark. Get a dollar dog, dollar peanuts, dollar popcorn. Everything in the whole ballpark's $1. See All-Star outfielders Bryce Harper and Mike Trout face off for the first time. Maybe. Tickets start at $10. Call 202-675-NATS or visit nationals.com/tickets.
Here's Tyler Moore batting for Jordan Zimmerman. Tyler had a great night in Miami when the Nats pounded the Marlins on Monday. So he's 3 for 13 with a homer, 2 RBIs. Batting for the first time against Kevin Segrist. He got jammed on that one. No balls, 2 strikes. So he bats for Zimmerman. Jordan went 7 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, only 1 earned. Walked 2, struck out 6. Double play ball, hit a batter. 100 pitches, 71 strikes. Tyler Moore gone. 2 outs here in the 7th. Getting to the time of the game when it can be tough to make contact against a St. Louis bullpen.
Everybody down there throws hard, but you know it's not as locked down a bullpen as the Braves. I mean, if this is a 4-1 game against Atlanta, when you have a guy like Kimbrel in the bullpen, that's a tough go. But you still have a chance if you're the Nats in this one. The Cardinals bullpen, like you said, hasn't been locked down yet this year.
ERA over 4.6. And Denard Span is now 2 for 2 career against Kevin Segrist. And for Denard, a 2 for 4 day. That'll get Kevin Franzen to the plate here against the left-hander.
Yeah, Denard Span robbed of a hit too last time up, so could have very easily been a 3-hit day for Span, but he'll take a 2-hit day. His first game back. Good swing.
Mike Matheny's going to make another double switch. Two outs in the bottom of the 7th. Mike Matheny moving guys all over the place. Peter Borges in the middle comes into play center field. John Jay on your right goes from center to right. And then Alan Craig was in right field. He goes to left. Hard throwing Carlos Martinez. Only 2 Nats have ever faced him. Jason Worth and Ryan Zimmerman. Kevin Franzen will be first here, batting in that number 2 spot for Bryce Harper. Franzen's been great for the Nats so far. Hard to do off the bench, but he's 7 for 21 with a double and RBI. 3 walks.
Good idea right there, trying to bring the tie-in run to the plate in the form of Jason Worth, so Franzen's head in the right spot. Trying to get on base against Martinez, who has a fastball that averages 96 miles an hour. Slider and a changeup to go with it, but it's another guy that throws a billion out of the Cardinals bullpen.
And he will pop up Kevin Franzen to the left side. Johnny Peralta drifting with it. 7th inning over. The Nationals have stranded a frustrating 7 runners today. But at Nationals Park career, it is 2.60. Johnny and Ray Nats Extra 1 o'clock. We'll join you from the booth where we're sitting right now at 1:30. First pitch at 1:35. Really unfortunate 2nd inning today. The difference in this game, I mean, we're possibly looking at a 1-1 classic type ball game again going into the 8th inning.
Yeah, and you still got to fight, but yeah, going back to that 3 runs, you know, you can't make errors, you can't give extra outs to good ball clubs. They take advantage of it, obviously, but you know, what do you do now? Ross Detweiler's got to keep it right there, and in the 8th inning, to me, is the save for the Cardinals with Worth, LaRoche, and Rendon due up. So, got to keep it a 3-run game.
Ross Detweiler delivers a strike. 6th ball game. He's had some long innings, most notably in Atlanta, but hasn't really given up much of anything. Adams will fly it to left, and Kevin Franzen's out there. That ball got taken by the breeze over toward the stands, and he might have knocked his foot up against the concrete there at the bottom of the padding.
Yeah, good call. He kind of drifted with that ball, and it almost went from fair territory into the stands. Wind blowing across from right field to left field today. Just a easy breeze, not that hard, but he had to turn on the jets right there. And that corner is cursed today.
He got his foot caught right under the padding up against the concrete. Alan Craig has walked twice and flied out. Against Detweiler career, he's 2 for 5. Ross pitching against the ball club he grew up watching in the St. Louis area. And a 1-0 pitch. Had the game of his life against them, of course, in the playoffs. Capped off by the Worth walk-off. And a fastball, high and tight, 2-1.
You know, Bryce went down that corner for that foul ball. Almost threw out Adams. And we didn't really see anything when he went down there. We did see him not run out of ball, too. So I don't know if Matt Williams benched Bryce Harper or he strained his quad.
Alan LaRoche now drifting with this one. Adams, such a smart defensive player. He knew that ball was going to come twisting back toward the line, so he was not about to overrun that.
And you find out a lot about Matt Williams if that was the case, right? I mean, we don't know what's going on. It could be either or. His quad has been barking. He sat out a game in Miami.
So you're talking about when he hit that comebacker in the 6th inning, went about a third of the way up the line and peeled off, huh?
He did, but he could be, favoring that quad too. So we don't know. Find out after the game.
0 for 3 is Johnny Peralta. Pitcher-hitter matchup for the first time in the big leagues. And a fly ball right side. LaRoche and Espinosa after this one. Adam under it. And what a good inning for Ross Detweiler. 8 pitches. How often you see 3 batters foul out in the same inning? Game. Carlos Martinez. Snappy slider to Jason Worth. And the bottom of the 8th underway. Worth career against Martinez 0 for 2. That's way inside.
98.
An attention getter. Then Worth hits it hard but foul.
Well, there's talk that Carlos Martinez is going to take over for Joe Kelly in the Cardinals rotation.
Kelly's spot would be up Monday in New York, as he, I think, follows Shelby Miller, who goes tomorrow. Strained his hamstring trying to run out a ground ball in Milwaukee the other day, and Jason Worth on a breaking ball that ended up way outside strikes out.
Everybody go to the Fitz right now. Giveaways, promotions, tickets 703-590-2311. They have a Bryce Harper t-shirt night coming up. Team posters, pups in the park, fireworks. So they'll be home from April 23rd through the 29th. Go check them out.
Adam LaRoche 0 for 2 with a walk. .97. Strike 1.
Reminds me of a Martinez I used to play with.
That is, that brought up chalk into the corner. LaRoche with an extra base hit. John Jay taking a while to dig it out, and LaRoche is at second base here in the 8th. That's his 3rd hit of the series, and he literally hit the chalk line.
It's actually paint, but we'll stick with chalk because that's what it used to be in the day. The lines here at Nats Park are spray painted white, and you watch some white grass come up right there. So LaRoche with a 1-out double here in the 8th, and bat died a hero.
I know, it's just hard for me to say brings up paint.
I know, right? Well, I even think that the infield lines are paint.
Anthony Rendon 1 for 3. That slider to the outside corner. Rendon in the series, 2 for 11 with last night's home run. Nats are even with the Cardinals in hits at 7. And they've been given 3 walks today. Just couldn't get that 2-out hit a time or two. Martinez, 22 years of age, 6 foot 185. Rendon drills it to the gap in right center. Nats are on the board with LaRoche scoring. Rendon digging for 2. And there is life here in the 8th inning in a 4-2 ball game. Anthony Rendon, his team leading 14th RBI and 11th extra base hit.
I mean, 97 miles an hour, and Anthony Rendon with a couple of knocks today to right field. I mean, a 2-seam fastball borne in on his hands. He gets the barrel of the baseball, inside-out swing, and hits it all the way. 2 hops to the wall. Just so impressed with his swing. My goodness, 97, not a thing. Quick bat. Some nuts from your first base coach, Tony Tarasco. Another good swing from the Nats' third baseman.
Desmond's been on twice today. That's right off the end of his bat. Martinez looked the runner back and threw him out. Up to Danny Espinoza as the tying run here in the 8th inning.
Boy, how big is that tack-on run for the Cardinals in the top of the 7th looking right now?
Huge. A hit batter led to it, by the way. And we'll see if the Nats can make the Cardinals regret having that runner thrown out at third to end that inning. So Espinoza 1 for 3 with a home run over the scoreboard at about the 385 mark in right center. .99 by him up in the zone.
Came in 97, left 98.
He let Carlos Martinez supply the power on that, and then he drove it himself. Got the sweet spot on it.
I'll tell you what, I don't remember Pedro Martinez throwing 100 miles an hour. That pitch right there, triple digits from Carlos Martinez. I mean, I remember Pedro in his prime 96, maybe 97, but not that. Wow.
Bottom of the 8th. Tying run in the batter's box in a 4-2 game. Just thought he'd show him the 99 away.
Yeah, sinker. Let's see if we can go with the 97 mile an hour fastball, the 98 or the 100. What do you want to do? I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about right here, right? When you throw 100, I mean, he might try to throw an off-speed pitcher in a 1-2 count.
We saw Trevor Rosenthal. He's their closer, and they have him throwing here in the 8th inning. He pitched a scoreless inning last night. Has 4 saves like Soriano. Danny Espinoza foul tips it. Nats are gone in the 8th. So they get a run, but still an uphill battle with 1 inning to go.
For 3 days.
Yeah, that's kind of a luxury you don't usually have. Pick up tendencies and other things. Meanwhile, Ross Detweiler throwing free and easy here. And Peter Borges, who came in on the double switch, trying to bunt his way aboard. Ahead of Cruz and Ellis here in the top of the 9th. If you're keeping score, the St. Louis pitcher is in the number 3 spot after Matt Holliday left.
Just clip that outside piece that's hanging off the mask and that little wing on the right.
Swing and a miss on a heater inside. And that's 4 straight for Ross Detweiler. I'm still not sure how much he likes this whole bullpen thing, but he sure is pitching well out of the pen right now. I think Ross in his heart still wants to be a starter, and that's fine. Go out and do your job and show him you can pitch a couple of innings here and there. So here's Tony Cruz, 1 for 3 with that big 2-run single. Back in that 3-run second inning.
And more importantly, just like keep that stash rolling. 70s detective Ross Detweiler.
I was going to say, if you put some of those pull-over double knit uniforms on him from the 70s,
yeah,
he could be pitching to Richie Hebner of the Pirates right now. I think the Pirates were the first team to have the double knit pullovers.
I'm telling you what, I'm not a fan of mustaches, but it looks good on Detweiler. It really does.
No balls, 2 strikes. Oh-2, ripped. Man, Tony Cruz, Yadier Molina's backup, now has 4 hits in 9 at-bats this season. And a couple of RBIs today. He's aboard with 1 out. See if Mike Matheny might bunt. With a versatile guy like Mark Ellis, he's got Matt Carpenter on deck, even though that's a lefty-lefty matchup. And with Detweiler, so he might turn Mark Ellis loose here.
Not with 1 out. Swing him.
Yeah, that's true. You'd only do that with a pitcher.
Maybe for a hit, but not a sacrifice. No way.
Swing and a foul. $1 into the kitty for me, forgetting there was 1 out. Be a big Masson party in October.
A big Masson mustache party, where everybody has to have a stash to get in.
Okay, just changed my mind on that one.
You can't even grow one.
It'd take a while.
Take me 10 minutes.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Just be too much gray to rock it.
Runner goes. Got him picked off. LaRoche to Desmond. 1-3-6. Tony Cruz out.
Boy, that just might be the 3rd game of a series, and either knowing a manager's tendencies or knowing his signs. But Matt Williams guesses right there. Randy Knorr too. Maybe a hit and run. I can't believe Cruz would go straight steal unless he was going first move. But either way, nice job. Guessed right and got him.
And a 1-1 now to Mark Ellis, who was hit by a pitch last time up. And man, did that hurt. That was 1 out in the 7th. And after a ground ball that could have been the 3rd out of the inning, John Jay got a base hit, and then Matt Holliday had the RBI. Jay thrown out at 3rd. Curveball. Backdoor variety. And here we go to the bottom of the ninth. The Nats will have 8, 9, and 1 due up against the St. Louis closer. We expect Rosenthal. All right, thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Ray. Tough assignment for the Nats against a right-hander who had the third most strikeouts by any reliever in the National League last year. Trevor Rosenthal became the closer late in the season. He had 4 postseason saves, and he's going for number 5 here today against the Nats.
The righty's hitting .357 this season against Trevor Rosenthal. His fastball last year averaged 97, this year at 96. Curveball and changeup to go with it, but pretty much fastball change. And Nate McLouth's going to lead this ninth off and try to get on any way he can.
Zach Walters will be right behind him in the pitcher's spot. So Matt Williams wants to fire all of his bullets here.
Take a strike, go to work.
Nate McLouth has never faced Trevor Rosenthal. He pitched the 8th inning last night, got Rendon, Harper, and Worth in order to keep St. Louis close, but the Nats held on to win 3-1. Outside. '23-year-old right-hander, 6'2", 220. He had Nate McLouth reaching, and he pops it up to the right side. Coming in to grab it, Matt Adams. Now Zach Walters.
It's so tough when you're gearing up for a triple-digit fastball and he drops a changeup about 10, 12 miles an hour slower.
Zach as a pinch hitter, 1 for 3 with a home run in Miami. He was surprised when I told him that was the Nats' first pinch hit home run of the year and only their second pinch RBI.
Well, bench was a problem last year. So far this year, not the case.
High and tight, 2-0.
Still taking a strike, I would imagine.
Big crowd, second biggest of the year. 41,084 today. After the Nats drew over 42,000 for opening day. And the count goes to 3-0. Wow. 59 and right at just over 100,000 for the first 3 games.
Game on.
Yeah, Zach Walters aboard, tying run into the box with Denard Span. Nats have been given 4 walks today.
Now, normally when you represent the tying or go-ahead run, you don't take a strike in the bottom of the ninth when you're behind. But in this instance, Denard Span, a patient hitter. Rosenthal just walking Zach Walters on 4 pitches. You'd think Denard be in take mode right here. We'll see.
Denard's had a good day, 2 for 4. Bookend singles in the 1st and the 7th. He does take, and it's not even close. Tony Cruz out to visit hard-throwing Trevor Rosenthal.
A lot of times when a pitcher's having trouble throwing his fastball for a strike, you go to the changeup just to slow him down, get his release point back.
Span up the middle. knocked down by the pitcher. Why did he throw it to second?
He panicked.
And the Nats have 2 on with 1 out.
Boy, right when you're thinking the Nats have no luck at all, Trevor Rosenthal helps him out, and in his defense, he just got smoked with a line drive. Probably wasn't thinking straight. Wanted to get the lead out. It's real speed. Yeah, got it right in the backside. You see everybody pointing the background to first base. And was he safe? What do you got?
Ooh, that's close.
Well, they can review it. It's not. This will show it. Safe. Whew. I mean, it's close, right? I mean, it's got to be without a shadow of a doubt.
Conclusive. So Matheny with his trainer leaving the field, and the Nats have the tying runs on base.
Boy, how good is it to have Denard Span back? A 3-hit day, could have been a 4-hit day. He was robbed.
Ruled a fielder's choice.
They didn't call it a hit. It's a base hit.
They haven't posted one.
That's a base hit. If he's safe at second, he would have been safe at first. That's usually the rule of thumb.
Yeah.
If you go in the hole as a shortstop, you throw to second base and the runner beats it, it's usually a hit for you as the hitter. Should be a hit.
Yeah.
They messed that up.
Well, that could change before we take the air tomorrow. Right now, what can Kevin Franzen do against Trevor Rosenthal? He's 0 for 2 career against him. Ball 1.
Get him in the strike zone. Nats dying hard. That's a balk.
And now the runners go to second and third.
That is huge. Trevor Rosenthal's having a meltdown right now. First on a decision to go to second. Now he balks. The tying run into scoring position. You see that right there? Started, stopped. That's a balk.
About as obvious as one can be. And now a base hit could tie the game. And the Cardinals are in a no doubles defense. Alan Craig is a rumor in left field. He's so deep. And now the big crowd has really come alive.
Well, I'll tell you what, as a fan base right now, when you have a closer that's starting to melt down out there, if you get on your feet and make some noise, you can make life real difficult on them.
The count's 1-0. And Franzen ripping at the first strike he saw.
Just a huge mistake right there. Takes the double play away.
Ball 2. Great speed at second base, which is so important right now. Denard Span represents the tying run. He turns around, looks at the outfielders, gets the maximum lead he can.
And don't forget, this would have been Bryce Harper's spot.
Franzen, left side. 1 run will score. Carpenter to Adams. And with 2 outs in the 9th, the tying run will be at third.
Well, nice play right there by Matt Carpenter. That was clutch. Ball hit hard by Franzen, went to his left. And I thought that ball was going to get through. Carpenter showing his second base range at third right there, making a nice play.
Here's Jason Worth. Career against Rosenthal. 1 for 4 with a home run.
Good ball game.
Rosenthal struck him out last night. Jason looking for some game-tying or game-winning revenge.
I know one thing. The big guy likes this stage.
And the game is over. St. Louis has won 2 out of 3.
They battled, fought hard. And Trevor Rosenthal right there beat Jason Worth with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball to end this one. But a well-played baseball game for the most part. But it's hard to catch up to 99 that high.
And hard to catch up when you gave away 3 runs early.